You can start now. All the best, group.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Good morning, everyone. Before we start the presentation, I would like to say that even if the government is removing the restrictions slowly, we should not stop taking precautions and avoid as much crowds as possible. A tip for those who have joined from phones: do turn on the rotation and view the presentation horizontally, and zoom in if required for a better view. If everyone is ready, let's begin the ASL. Honorable Sir, my dear friends, and the screen recorder. I am A. Jagadishar Patro, the leader of Group 4, Section B, and the topic of our presentation is The Voice of the Rain, a poem by Walt Whitman. The members of our group are Lakshmipriya, Sakiba, Smruti, and Soumya. And now I would like to call Sakiba to talk about the poet.
Thank you, Jagdishwar. Walt Whitman was born on May 31st, 1819, in West Hills, Long Island, New York. He is considered as one of America's most influential poets. Walt Whitman aimed to transcend traditional epics and issue normal aesthetic form to mirror the potential freedom to be found in America. In 1855, he self published the collection Leaves of Grass. The book is now a landmark in American literature, though at the time of its publication it was considered highly controversial. Whitman later worked as a volunteer nurse during the Civil War, writing the collection Drum Tap 1865 in connection to the experiences of war torn soldiers, having continued to produce new editions of Leaves of Grass along with original works. Whitman died on March 26, 1892, in Camden, New Jersey. Now I would like to call Soumya to brief us about the theme of the poem.
Thank you, Sakiba. The poem The Voice of Rain is a celebration song of the eternal cycle of the nature. The poet Walt Whitman has very beautifully brought forth the importance of the rain. The poem is an imaginary celebration between the poet and the rain, wherein the rain is explaining to the reader about his origin, work, and other details. The poet has converted a simple shower of rain into a beautiful mind of the universe which represent the poet's extraordinary talent. Now I would like to call Jagdishwar to talk about character sketch of the poem.
Thank you, Soumya. So, there are two voices in the poem, one of the poet and the other of the rain. The poet presents himself as a person who possesses the ability to communicate with nature and natural forces. He is the intermediary between nature and the reader. He claims to have received a response from the shower of rain when he asks it a question. As it is clear from the poem, he is aware of the importance and the significance of the rain. Also, the poet has personified rain in this poem. He gives the rain a personality and a character insofar as it enables the reader to comprehend its importance more easily. The rain is shown as being aware of its deep importance to the earth. It is asserted that it is a rain that generates life from the dormant seeds, which would have otherwise remained unborn. The rain is presented as having a generous personality. It returns and freely gives of itself to the world and becomes the source of life on earth. The rain is also presented as being aware of its own humble origins from the earth as it describes its life cycle, initially as vapor rising to the sky, forming clouds, and ultimately returning to the earth as rain. Now I would like to pass on to Smruti to explain the summary of the poem.
Thank you, Jagdishwar. In these lines, the poet asked the soft falling shower, "Who are you?" To which the rain replied in a strange to state manner. The rain said that it was the poem of the earth and it rose continuously from the land and bottomless ocean in the form of vapors. The rain is trying to say, as music or poetry gives satisfaction and pleasure to human beings, the rain gives happiness to the Mother Earth. In these lines, the poet says that the rain is an eternal process, but it takes different forms at different times. It rises from the land and deep the sea in the form of water vapors and goes up to the sky. There it takes an indifferent shape and its form of clouds. Although it changes in its form or shape, its course, matter remains the same. Furthermore, the words impalpable and eternal indicate that the nature is not fully understood and some part of it always stays beyond our reach. In these lines, the poet says, the raindrops pour down from above to wash away dross and dust layers enveloping the earth. It satisfies the thirst of the dry earth and heals everything which is degrading and is lying lifeless. The shower removes the dust particles and make earth clean and green. Now I would like to call Shakiba to continue.
The rain says that it is born from the earth and gives life to it because it helps the unborn seed to grow into plants. The rain washes away all the dust particles and hence it purifies the air. The whole surrounding look beautiful after it rains. The last two lines are not rain's word. They are a general comment by the poet and hence they are in brackets. The poet says that rain issues from its origin earth and after completing its work goes back to its origin whether somebody notices it or not. Now let's check out the various word meanings and the poetic devices used in the poem.
The poet has used many clever words, which has given life to the poem. Some of them are atoms, which means tiny particles, though, which means you, soft falling, which means dropping softly, eternal, which means everlasting, impalpable, which means unable to feel by touching, whence, which means from where, vaguely, which means unclearly, descend, which means move or fall downward, drought, which means dry spells, latent, which means inactive, rect, which means cared about, dully, which means properly, lave, which means wash or bath.
Now let's welcome Lakshmi Priya, who will explain the poetic devices of the poem.
Thank you. The poet here has done a brilliant use of various poetic devices. They are personification, which means a literary device that assigns human qualities and attributes to objects or other non-human things. It is used in I am the poem of the earth, said the voice of the rain, third line. The rain has been personified as it has been given a voice in the poem. Next, metaphor, which means a figure of speech in which a word or a phrase is applied to an object or action to which it is not literal. It is used in I am the poem of the earth, same line. The poet uses a metaphor to compare how the rain leaves the ground to come back to the ground, giving back to the much like a person who leaves its home only to come back after fulfilling its journey. Hyperbole, which means a figure of speech that uses extreme exaggeration to make a point or shows emphasis. It is used in eternal arise impalpable out of the land and the bottomless sea. Fourth line. Bottomless sea is an example of hyperbole. The poet describes the sea as bottomless, which is an exaggerated statement to bring out the desired effect. Imagery, which means a writer or speaker's use of words or figure of speech to create vivid mental picture or physical sensation. It is used in soft falling shower, first line. It gives the reader an image of gentle rain or drizzle. During the dialogue between the poet and the rain, it creates an image of showers or drops of water falling down from the leaves to heaven, earth, and infusing it with greenery, purity, and beauty. Now on.
Inversion, a figure of speech in which the orders of word is reversed so as to emphasize a certain word. The examples of the inversion in first line is the normal order of word is reversed in said I, and who are those said I to the soft falling shower in the second line, which strange to tell gave me an answer as they translated, and in the last line wrecked and unwrecked dolly with love returns.
Thank you, Soumya and Lakshmi Priya, for that amazing explanation. Now, let's have a small quiz and test our understanding of the poem. The quiz has three sections: MCQs, short questions, and valuable questions. Now, Arshit will share you the MCQ link and please share it in the group. The MCQ will be held in Google Form.
Memories deep inside. Where can I go to hide?
Okay, everyone, let's proceed to the short questions. And to answer, please raise your hands and I will pick one of the hands. So, thank you everyone for being such an amazing audience. This is Group 4, Section B, signing off.
Okay, your children, very good. You made it very nicely. PPT was very good. You know that you had the first slide with the school's photograph. That was good. And in all aspects, PPT was really nice. You covered all the aspects of the topic. Questions are also good, but a limited number of students only answered it. That is not your fault.